excited to be here with one of my past clients. It's been a while, and we sat and caught up a little bit, and she agreed to let me interview her and just tell about her experience in working with me and kind of a few things that we did. So this is Marsha, and tell me, because it's been a little while, but do you remember what prompted you to reach out for help with your home?
I do. I have a home that I've had it for 16 years, and I felt like some of the things in the kitchen and the bathroom and a few of the other rooms needed updating. The kitchen, the cabinets were dark, the backsplash was dark, and the counters were dark. So I needed somebody to help me to figure out in a economical fashion what I could do to make it look brighter and more up to date. So you had a lot of good reviews and ratings, and I checked with some people, and they recommended I call Christy.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did. So when I first came, it was more of like a jumpstart DIY consultation, because you obviously have a great eye for design, and you just needed a little bit more help with some ideas, because especially in our own home, it's just hard sometimes. So I came in and I remember that we went through every room, and you said, well, what about this and what about that and what are your ideas? And so I basically just purged all my ideas to you. And I loved working with you, because what you did is you took every bit of that and you ran with it. And like, I believe by the next time I came back, you had so much finished and so much completed. And I know that I helped, source this sofa for you, and I think this lovely rug and some other things. And then you already had some beautiful things in place. We just need to add to it. So that was fun. But let's talk about your kitchen, because that was the project that you were like, okay, I need you to help me make it better, lighten it up, make it better. So if I remember correctly, I helped with selecting the countertops, which was no easy task. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider. And then I helped you with your backsplash. You needed some bar stools and some other different few things with your pulls on your cabinets. I helped with that. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think the biggest challenge, which is what a lot of people overlook when they want to make a change in their kitchen, they're like, oh, well, I just want new countertops or a new, color or whatever, and they just go pick something they like without considering
That's exactly
what's already in the room.
That's exactly right. You help pull it all together. That's why you're good with design. And I would say this about Christy, for those of you who are thinking about needing some updates. She takes into consideration your budget. If you have a budget, she works within that, and she doesn't try to get you to go out and buy exorbitant amount of things that you may not need. We had pieces from another room that she brought in from a bedroom to use in my dining room I never would have thought about. And as far as the kitchen, she helped also with some globes. I thought I was going to have to buy all new kitchen lights, pendant lights. And she helped me buy globes for them. She helped me pick out the sink. She actually went with us to a lot of different places looking at the counters, and that was extremely helpful, because I'm not that great with measurements. She knows all about the textures and just what looks right in certain homes, the style. So she helped with all of that to pull it together to where your backsplash matches everything too. I learned a lot, because I didn't know how complicated it is. It's complicated if you don't know what you're doing. And most of us, if you're like me, you may have a certain style or fashion, but when it's put together, Christy pointed out, oh, well, maybe that looks good, but it may be too busy with all your other things I never really thought about, and she was right. So that really helped to give me a clean, fresh, modern look, and it didn't take half of what I've heard some other folks spend on projects.
Yes, I'm frugal. I know everybody isn't frugal, but I assume that everybody's frugal. So it's really hard for me to not shop that way. It would just be really hard for me not to try to get the best price for my client. Because, I spend their money like I spend my own money, and I'm just really conscious of that. And I want to, I want to be a good steward, and I want to spread it out as much as I can. I believe the biggest challenge we had in your kitchen was we needed to make sure that we worked with your flooring.
Right.
Because the flooring was a darker floor. It had brown tones, which, by the way, brown is really making a comeback. And we wanted to work with that. And so we had to make sure that what we were choosing was going to coordinate well. We had to make sure that we didn't go too white, so to just make that be the focal point of the kitchen. Because if you walk into any space and you see one item, well, that's not good. You want to walk into a space and see the whole thing as one, instead of just seeing one thing.
I learned a lot
whole.
about that. Sorry to butt in, but I
Yes.
think that's important. She can really help you with that. And she was showing me where we have the open plan here that all of your rooms need to flow together too. So instead of thinking something needed to stand out like I did think previously, I've understood that it needs to flow together and look organized and like it's all the same style, basically.
Yes, so it was awesome working with you. But you all were fun. I made some friends. I love that. We went shopping together. We, you ordered the things I had sent you the link for. They all turned out great. I don't think you had to return anything, which isn't always the case. But everything just worked out wonderfully.
And your thing, I gotta give her a tip. She went with us to Lowe's, Home Depot, all these other granite places and things like that, which I cannot tell you how helpful that was. She knows different people and vendors. She knows her pricing and budget. So I truly recommend Christy if you want somebody who's professional, who's got a great heart and a personality to go along with her knowledge.
Well, thank you. You all have been a joy to work with. And I just, I can't wait to share all these photos because I haven't even done that yet. And I know it's been, gosh, I don't even remember. When did you finish your kitchen?
It was last April, I think March or April.
Okay, so it's been like over half a year.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting back over here to do this interview and
She's
to take some pictures.
And we're busy.
They're busy, I'm busy, it's hard. But I can't wait to show you the space because it's truly beautiful what she has done. I mean, what she had already done was great.
Well, it's what we have done.
Helped add.
Oh, you helped a lot. No, she's not taking credit, but it wouldn't have looked like it does now, honestly, without Christy's help.
So thank you. And I will say that I know that Curtis Hagee with Precision Electric, I think he was one of the people that had mentioned me, and I appreciate him so much for doing that. So let me just say, if you need an electrician, because I know Marsha has used him before, if you need an electrician that is honest and trustworthy and that will do the job right, you absolutely should give Precision Electric a call, and they can give you help with any electrical needs that you have. But I will say, if you need help on your next design, if you have a room that you want to make over, I would love to help you with that. We can talk about it, we can see what your budget is, and kind of see what level of service is right for you. We'll see you next time.